Harpenden Finnis Legacy Meet, sponsored by the Marshall Motor Group. So we had a good session this morning, and I'm sure this afternoon will be just as good. Our first event is a 400-meter freestyle for the boys. Swum over 3 heats, that's 16 lengths each. And once we've got all our officials and what have you in place, then we will start the first heat. Perhaps we could have our swimmers for the first heat, please. Event 25, the 403, Heat 1 referee. "16 lengths to the pool for these young lads. Lane 1, Joseph Brewster. Lane 2, Dylan Davenport. Lane 3, Ethan Chamberlain. Lane 4, Oliver Conway. Lane 5, Robert Flaxbeard. Lane 6, Charles German. And Lane 7, Felipe Irvine. And it is lane 5 up and running. Robert Flaxbeard for Harpenden swimming in the lead with coming up to the 50-metre mark. No entry times for any of these swimmers. So first opportunity to get a time on the board for them. Lane 0, closest to the windows, nobody in this heat. Lane 9, closest to the spectator area, albeit hidden from the spectator area, but that's where it is. Lane 4 will be the fastest swimmer in each of our heats, and the lane numbers are on the blocks at the starting end. And it is lane 4, or lane 5 rather, who has the early advantage, or the mid advantage, Robert Flaxbeard, as he comes up towards the 100-metre mark, turning on 1:14. Just beside him, Oliver Conway, also for Harpenden, turning on a 1:16.14. 150-metre mark. Flaxbeard still in the lead. Conway in second place. Third place, lane 2. Dylan Davenport for Bishop Stortford. Then we've got Charles German. In lane 3 we have Ethan Chamberlain. And quite close for the next two positions, Felipe Irvine in 7 for Watford with the red hat, just ahead of the other Watford swimmer, Joseph Brewster in lane 1. As Flaxbeard comes up towards the 200-metre mark, he turns to 40.49. Conway a little behind him, 2:43.97, so 3.5 seconds. And Davenport in third place on a 2:49.90. To 50-metre mark, Flaxbeard maintaining his advantage in front of Conway. 3:24 against a 3:29. So the gap growing out a little bit over that 50-metre stint. As they move up towards the turn end, Flaxbeard turns. 2:75 done, 1:25 left to go. Beginning to lap the outer two lanes, Felipe in 7. Brewster in 1, still having a good race between them. They are the younger swimmers by far. Flaxbeard 14, the other two swimmers 11. Flaxbeard turns at the 300-metre mark, 4:08.20. Flaxbeard at the 350-metre mark in the lead, turning on a 4:51.75, and Conway on a 4:58.42. Flaxbeard then coming down towards the end of his race. No entry time, so this will be the first time he's got on the rankings, and that time is 5:29.42. Next swimmer to come in is Oliver Conway, also of Harpenden. I don't my mistake, lane 2, Davenport's come in, 5:37.37, and then Conway, time not come up in a moment, I'm sure. Charles German then completes the race, 6:15.63. Our next swimmer will be in lane 3, which is Ethan Chamberlain. He comes in, finishes in a time of yet to be displayed on the scoreboard. And then our outer 2 swimmers, Felipe Irvin, finishing fast there, 6:40.77, Brewster 6:42.45. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Clear the pool, please. Heat 2, referee. So Heat 2, the scoreboard just catching up with the rest of the world. In lane 0, Nikita Rusu for Watford. Lane 1, Kaylin Bosinow for Hemel. Leo Sue Sanders for Stortford in 3. Angelo Nagy for Hillingdon in 3. Sanders in 2 rather. Oliver Tom in lane 4 for Ware. Luke Ellis in lane 5 for Wickham. James Gibson for Hemel in lane 6. Elliot Hall of Stortford in 7, Josh Charita of Hillingdon in 8, and Gabriel Taggart in lane 9 for Watford. And it is at the moment Kaylin Bosanu in lane 1, turning pretty much at the same time as lane 4, which is Oliver Tom for Ware. And then in 3rd place, Josh Charita of Hillingdon in lane 8. So those are the first 3 as they go into the 100-metre mark, turning around the 1:08 mark. Those 3 holding the first 3 positions. In 4th position is James Gibson, and then Luke Ellis for Wickham in 5th. Coming up to the 150, not 150, 150 metre mark. Still in the lead is Kaylin Bosinow, and it's quite close for 2nd and 3rd. Just, I would say, 2nd is Charita Josh Chirita, and then Oliver Tom in third place. So a little bit of spread across the field, the outer two lanes almost a length down on the leaders. Coming up towards the 200 metre mark, halfway through. So still out to the lead in lane 1. Kaylin Bozinu turned in a 1:08, turning on a 2:22. Then we've got Josh Chirita, and then Oliver Tom. Halfway through, our next swimmer to turn, lane 6, James Gibson, then 5, Luke Ellis. Then we've got lanes 2 and 4, Leo Sue Sanders and Angelo Nagy. Moving up to the 250 metre mark, almost 50 metres ahead of some of the other swimmers, is Kaylin over in lane 1. Second place remains Josh Chirita. Third place still Oliver Tom. Then Gibson rather, then Ellis. So holding station pretty much across the field at the moment. Kaylin Bozinu, long way ahead of everybody else, and a long way ahead of some of the other swimmers. Hits the 300 metre mark, 3:36, 1:11, that 100 split. Second place still Josh Chirita in lane 8. And then in the centre of the pool we've got third, fourth and fifth. Tom Oliver turning, but he's been caught by James Gibson for third and fourth place, and then between them Luke Ellis. Ellis in lane 5. .350 metre mark. Kaylin Bozinu turning, 50 metres for him to go. Then we've got Josh Chirita in lane 8. And the central, the 3 swimmers in the centre of the pool vying for third, fourth and fifth. It's pretty close between Gibson and Tom at the moment. Oliver Tom turning just ahead of James Gibson. Luke Ellis in between them, about 4 or 5 metres behind them. Into the last 50 metres for those guys. Meanwhile, coming up with 5 metres to go. Kaylin Bozinu going to finish somewhere around the 4:47 mark, so a long way under his entry time. Josh Chirita comes in next, around the 4:54 against the 6:15s. Those swimmers are a long way ahead of their entry times. Then we've got the next few positions racing well in the centre of the pool. Luke Ellis coming fast upon the other 2 swimmers. Tom in 4, Ellis in 5, Gibson in 6. Gibson might just, Ellis might just sneak this one. It's going to be high. I would say that Ellis took that, followed by Tom, followed by Gibson. Our next swimmer to finish is Leo Sue Sanders for Stortford, lane 2. So we've got 4 swimmers still to go. Lane 3, Angelo Nagy for Hillingdon. Under his entry time, somewhere around the 5:32.3 mark, I would think. We've got 3 swimmers coming in. I think they're all on their final lengths. Next one is Elliot Hall, Bishop Stortford. 6:06 is entry time, so we're a little bit underneath that. About 10 seconds underneath it, 5:55 high. Other end of the pool, Nikita Russo on a 5:58. And then our final swimmer, Gabriel Taggart, entered on a 6:29, finishing on a 6:05 low. So that completes heat 2. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Clear the pool, please. Heat 3, referee. So welcome back to 3/4 of our scoreboard. Robert Gore in 0, Liam Trainer in 1, Alex Mills in 2, Alexander Williams in 3, Adam Bennett in 4, Alex Austin in 5, Connor Smith in 6, Adam Raymond in 7, McDonald Williams in 8, and Seb Litherby in lane 9. And it's a good race in the centre of the pool. Slight advantage to 5, Alex Austin just ahead of Bennett, ahead of Williams. Austin turning in a time of 28.77. So quite fast pace. The first 50 entered on a 4:18. So that's approximately 103s, 104s per 100. Moving up towards the 100-metre mark. Swapped over slightly. We've now got Bennett in the lead, turning on a 1:00.69. Austin on a 1:00.88. And then 1:01.35 for Williams, but not much to choose between them. A good race for 4th and 5th. That's between Connor Smith in 6 and Adam Raymond in lane 7. Smith with the green hat for Wickham. And Raymond swimming for Hillingdon with the black hat back at the front, 1:50-metre mark. Still got Bennett in the lead, Austin in 2nd place, Williams just dropping back a bit, can't hold the pace of those two. Bennett and Austin then, holding station in the lead. Williams maybe not completely out of it, he's a body length down, that's quite a long way I would say. Front two guys are probably swimming possibly against each other, rather max speed, but we'll see. There's very little to choose between them now. 2:05.64, in fact there's nothing to choose between them off the pads. So on target pretty much for their entry times. Bennett Austin the lead, Williams in 3rd place. And Connor Smith just pulled ahead of Adam Raymond. Then we've got another good race in lanes 1 and 2. Alex Mills just ahead of Liam Trainer. Wickham against Hillingdon again. Wickham with the advantage there. Back at the front, 2:38.28 for Bennett against a 2:38.49. That's at the 250-metre mark. Williams definitely not holding the pace of those two, but in a solid 3rd place at the moment. Then the next few positions, we've got McDonald Williams pushing forward, beginning to overhaul now Adam Raymond and Connor Smith, so moving up towards them. That's for 4th, 5th and 6th. Back at the front, 300 metres down, turning on a 3:10.47 against, well, it's not come up, there we are, 3:10.69. As they come off the wall, Alex Austin looks that little bit faster into the final 100 metres they turn. Austin marginally ahead now of Bennett. Williams in 3rd place, and it has changed around a bit for the next few places. The Wickham swimmer Connor Smith, a body length ahead of Adam Raymond. McDonald Williams drifting back into 6th place. I wasn't looking at the right end of the pool, but Austin obviously thinking he'd finish, but he's got 2 legs to go, so that's probably ruined his chances of a win. Adam Bennett in the lead, turns a body length ahead of Austin. Coming down towards the end, and Bennett's going to come in and win this one. I think Austin probably a little bit demoralised by that. 4:12.11 for Bennett. Austin comes in on a 4:15.65. And then with our next place swimmer, it's Williams in lane 5, finishing on a 4:23.53. Then we've got Connor Smith winning that battle for the next couple of places. Adam Raymond afterwards in 5th place. Smith on a 30.01. Raymond on a 32.64. Good race over in lanes 1 and 2, slight advantage to 1, but the next swimmer to come in is going to be in lane 8, which is McDonald Williams. I know my mistake, he's got 2 to go, so the next swimmer to come in was Liam Traynor, just ahead of Alex Mills. Traynor a 52.84, Mills a 4:53.69. Then we have Seb Letherby finishing on a 5:04.06. 2 swimmers left to go. Next one in is going to be Gore. So that completes event 25. We move on to event 26, the girls 100 individual medley. Popular event this, it's swum over 14 heats. We have 3 swimmers in the first heat. Shani Caulfield in 3, Izzy Walker in 4, Aisha Lawton in 5. Event 26, Heat 1, referee. Hundred IM then, 1 length fly, then backstroke, breaststroke and front crawl, just the length of each. No entry times for the first 3 heats, so seeding slightly random. But Aisha Lawton for Watford, disappearing off into the horizon. She finishes her fly into backstroke. Then we've got Izzy Walker next, and Shani Caulfield will be the 3rd swimmer. Shani turning now into backstroke, or transitioning, strictly speaking. Lawton then coming down towards the 50-metre mark, about to finish backstroke, turns into breaststroke. Turns on a 41.41. Izzy Walker next for Verulam. Finishes, pushes off the wall, 49.42. So my mistake gets... No, I'm right. Right, so slightly confused. It's Megan Reader in lane 6, which I was told about, but I forgot, so she was finished first. Then we have Lawton in lane 5, coming in to finish second. Megan's time 1:31.17, then Lawton at 1:47.05, then Shani Izzy Walker will be next, and there is no Shani Caulfield, so my mistake. 3 swimmers, but not the 3 swimmers I thought we had. As Izzy Walker comes past the flags, just a few strokes left to go. And that completes our first heat, 2:16.37 for her. Heat 2, referee. Heat 2 underway then. Kitty Reader in 0, Anna Vaughan in 1, Chloe Luke 2, Isabel James 3, Anya Wilson 4, Cleo Kirby 5, Tally Froome 6, Amisha Prashnath 7, Maya Bohara in 8, and Ruby Chaburo in lane 6. Lane 5 for the early advantage, Cleo Kirby of Watford. In fact, no. Ruby Caburo of Watford, moving away from the rest of the field. Halfway through, comes towards the end of her backstroke, hits the pads, kicks off, underwater phase of breaststroke, one large pull up to the surface, off she goes, 44.19, her turn point. Second place swimmer is Maya Bohara, also of Watford, and then just moving up into second place is Cleo Kirby of Watford. So Watford 1, 2 and 3 at the moment, and then close for 4, 5, 6 and 7. As at the front, Ruby Chaburo, long way ahead of everybody else, 5, 6 metres or so into the final length of front crawl. Powering down, half a length to go. Cleo Kirby in second place, Maya Bohara in third, as Ruby comes in to finish, finishes on 1:33.43, quite some way ahead of the rest of the field. Then we have got Cleo Kirby finishing next on a time not yet come up, and third place swimmer Maya Bohara. Maya's time 1:50.06, Cleo's time 1:45.68. Last few swimmers come in, pretty tight there between lanes 0 and 2 to complete heat 2. Heat 3, referee. Jemima Grove in 0, Eloise Sanders in 1, Amelia Taylor in 2, Charlie Gray in 3, Jasmine Paksun in 4, Isabella Alawalia in 5, Isla Hahir in 6, Mia Coleman in 7, and Katie Strachan in lane 9. And as they come back down towards the start end, into the backstroke leg, and it is Jemima Grove of Wickham with the green hat in lane 0 in the lead. And then in second place, another Wickham swimmer, Charlie Gray in lane 3, and another Wickham swimmer, it's a Verulam swimmer, Isabella Alawalia in third place as they transition into breaststroke. 41.17, Jemima Grove's time as she starts breaststroke, and a strong swim here for Charlie Gray in lane 3, moving up towards the lead. As she moves towards the flags into the last 5 metres of breaststroke, just ahead of Jemima Grove, so Gray just ahead of Grove. Gray touches the wall, pushes off first, then Grove, and here in lane 6 in third place. A 1 length dash then to the finish, as they've got half a length to go. Charlie Gray holding on to her advantage, Jemima Grove pushing her, but Gray's got half a body length advantage. As she does the last couple of strokes, finishes at a time of 1:31.26, Grove 1:32.27, and then here in a time, Alawalia in a time of 1:37.69. Heat 4, referee. Maya Bradbury in 1, Kaylin Van Staden in 2, Elowen Mears in 3, Isabel Walsh in Elowen Mears in 2, Isabel Walsh in 3, Evie Hallis in 4, Annabelle Curnow in 5, Lewis Fields in 6, Rebecca Smith in 7, Darcy Croft in 8, and Celia Randall in lane 9. And it's a good advantage to lane 1 at the moment. Kaylin Van Staden for Harpenden. No entry times for half of these swimmers. And the outside lanes with those lack of entry times, hence probably seeded slightly out of order. Van Staden in the lead then. At the other end of the pool, Darcy Croft in second place. And third place is lane 7, Rebecca Smith at the halfway point for Stortford. The first 3 swimmers then well underway into the breaststroke. Van Staden has the advantage in lane 1. Then Darcy Croft, Celia Randall, next couple of swimmers. Croft in 8, Randall in 9, as Van Staden is into the front crawl. She's got just over half a length to go. She has the advantage. It looks like it's all pretty set for the first, second and third at the moment. Van Staden comes underneath the flags. Now Croft comes in underneath the flags. Van Staden takes a win, 1:26.17. Croft next on a 1:29.32, and a Randall third, a 1:31.26. So a clutch of swimmers coming in. The next one is going to be Evie Hallis. She finishes 1:52.25. And we've got the lane next to her, Welsh, finishing on a time of 1:57.17. Annabelle Curnow for Wickham, finishing on a 2:03.60. And we've got one more swimmer in the water. Over in lane 2, Elowen Mears for Wickham, entered on a 2:34. I think she's going to be underneath that. We'll find out in a moment. She comes in and finishes on a 2:28.08. So that completes heat 3. Just going to retrieve a hairband from the pool, if we can see it. A disqualification for you then in the meanwhile. Event 26, heat 2, lane 2, disqualified for a technical infraction. Clear the pool to the sides, please, swimmers. That was heat 5, referee. Isla Bunchin 0, Connie Flitton 1, Isabel Wall 2, Mia Wilson 3, Ruby Whitby 4, Hetty McLean 5, Jessica Sales 6, Francesca Cowley in 7, Logan Demuta in 8 and Scarlett Perkins Webb in lane 9. So fairly close. It's lane 2 with the advantage at the moment from lane 3. Isabel Wall for Harpenden in 2. Mia Wilson of Watford in lane 3. Mia beginning to overhaul Isabel on the backstroke as they come underneath the flags. So Mia Wilson moving into the lead. She transitions from backstroke into breaststroke. Isabel Wall just a little bit behind her. Third place at the moment is Jessica Sales for Wickham in lane 6. Into the breaststroke and moving away quite well now is Mia Wilson of Watford in lane 3, so a strong breaststroke here, compressing up for third place. Second place is still Isabel Wall, but moving into third place is Ruby Whitby of Stevenage in lane 4. Mia Wilson has the advantage, should hold on to this through the rest of the race. Just over half a length of front crawl to go. Isabel Wall in second place with Ruby Whitby in third at the moment. Mia entered on a 1:53.86, going to be somewhat underneath that, finishes on a 1:32.73. So that's 21 seconds or so below her entry time. Second place Isabel Wall on a 1:39.91. Pretty tight for the next positions, but Ruby Whitby just gets it, finishing on a 1:44.38. A disqualification, event 26, heat 3, lane 1, disqualified for a technical infraction. Heat 6, a referee. Ailey Toe in 0, Molly Seymour in 1, Holly Dan in 2, Mahala Angwin Pope in 4, Paige Brewster in 5, Sarah Flaxbeard in 6, Emily Forder in 7, Abby Robertson in 8, Freya Kirby in lane 9. Into the backstroke, and we have Molly Seymour of Hoddesdon in the lead with the red hat in lane 1, over by the windows. Lane 5 in second place, Paige Brewster of Harpenden, black hat, and it's pretty tight for the next positions, but Mahala Angwin Pope of Stevenage just in third at the moment as they come into the turn at the halfway mark into breaststroke now. Molly Seymour in the lead. Paige Brewster in second place, having a good breaststroke leg. Emily Forder of Wickham with the green hat in lane 7. Moving up into third place as Seymour turns back for home. 7 metres or so ahead of the rest of the field. Second place is Brewster in 5, and then Forder in lane 7 third. As Seymour comes underneath the flags, just a few strokes left to go. Finishes with a time of 1:25.76. Paige Brewster coming in next. She finishes on a time of 1:31.11. And then Emily Forder finishes third, 1:33.76. Heat 7, a spot heat referee. Freya Finnan in 1, Freya Hadnot in 2, Caitlin Neve Peters in 3, Lucy Alexander in 4, Charlotte Lyon in 5, Maddie Royston Hayes in 6, Evie Strachan in 7, Imogen Bell in 8, and Charlotte Hawes in lane 9. As all the swimmers come up to the first turn, and it's lane 5 with a slight advantage. So lane 5, which is Charlotte Lyon of Stevenage, moving back down towards the start end. Just a little bit behind her is Freya Hadnut of Stortford in lane 2, and they're just moving up into the lead. Stortford swimmer Imogen Bell in lane 8, so it's Bell hits the pads first, transitions into breaststroke, 41.08 for Bell. Out of the underwater phase, she maintains her advantage. Second place is Charlotte Lyon, but coming back on her is the Wickham swimmer Maddie Royston-Hayes in lane 6, so it's a good race for second place. In fact, they're beginning to overhaul Imogen Bell, so it's going to be tight here as they come up to the final transition from breaststroke into front crawl. It's Lyon and Bell turning pretty much together. Royston-Hayes just drifting back a little bit. Coming down then, half a length to go. Slight advantage to Imogen Bell of Stortford in lane 7. Just about 10 centimetres or so advantage as she comes in lane 8 rather, Bell. Bell finishes in, takes a win, 1:29.48. Lyon in second place, 29.73. And then Freya Hadnut in third, 1:31.36. Heat 8, referee. Phoebe Hudson in lane 0, Prisha Tapra in 1, Kieran Barker 2, Paige Goldhawk 3, Caroline Sedgwick 4, Molly Greatbatch in 5, Tabitha Keane in lane 6 as the swimmers just come up to the turn, and the first one to turn is Prisha Tapra of Watford in lane 1, Lauren Dent then in lane 7, Bethany Hopkins in 8 and Rebecca Smith in lane 9. Prisha Tapra of Watford, 13-year-old in lane 1, body length ahead of the rest of the field. The closest swimmer to her is Lauren Dent of Harpenden in 7 as Tapra turns on 38.35, Dent on a 39.90. Second and a half behind her. It's pretty close now for the breaststroke leg as Tapra just holding on to her advantage, but coming back well is a Wickham swimmer. That is Tabitha Keane in lane 6, moving up into second place. Lane 3, not too far behind either, which is Paige Goldhawk of Hoddesdon. Goldhawk in second place. Tapra holding on to her advantage. Led from the outset, she's in lane 1. The closest and only contender against her at the moment is Paige Goldhawk in 3, but Tapra just ahead of Goldhawk, though coming back on both of them is Keane, the Wickham swimmer, and Keane, just got it, 1:26.33, 2/10 behind Tapra, 1:26.58, and then 1:27.25 Goldhawk in third place. Heat 9, referee. Ruby Rolling in 1, Nina Shepherd 2, Charlotte Piers in 2, Sophia Rowe in 3, Amber Flint in lane 4 as they all move up towards the first turn. There's next to nothing to choose between them. Slight advantage to Charlotte Piers in lane 2. Susanna Reid then in 5, Jessica Wells in 6, Mako Farrington 7, Madeline Newman in 8, Larissa Cowley in lane 9. It's very close now then as we get towards the end of the backstroke leg. Amber Flitton of Dunstable has a slight advantage. Flitton from Pears. And then Ruby Rolling. Those are the first 3 into the breaststroke leg. It's beginning to press up. Amber Flitton of Dunstable still has the advantage, but coming up fast to her right, Sophia Rowe of Stevenage in lane 3. So the Stevenage swimmer just moving into the lead. She turns first. Rowe first. Flitton second. A dash for the end then, half a length to go. Sophia Rowe has the advantage. Amber Flitton just moving in front of her, just about 10 centimetres or so as they come down for the last few strokes. And Flitton takes the win, 124.82. Rowe second, 125.41. Third place swimmer was Susanna Reid, so good final length for her. Her time was 126.39. Heat 4, referee. So heat 10 underway. Getting fast now. Entry times into the 126.78 for the fastest swimmer. The first swimmer to turn, though, is lane 6, Tia Gregory for Stevenage with the gold-coloured hat. Just moving ahead of her now, though, in lane 4, we have the Wickham swimmer, Sarah Gajek. She's swum well today, so Sarah just ahead of Tia as they come down towards the end of the backstroke. Sarah Gajek turns first. Tia Gregory in second place. Into the breaststroke. As is quite often, it starts to change around a little bit on the breaststroke. Gajek still has the advantage, but second, third, fourth is pretty tight. Lucy Patterson in lane 8, just moving up towards second place. Gajek turns, and actually it's Rebecca Riak and Aine Heathcote in lanes 1 and 3, vying for second. Sarah Gajek, though, of Wickham, entered on a time of 126.78, finished on a 118.15. Then Rebecca Riak, 120.67 in second place. Aine Heathcote, 121.39 in third. Heat 11, referee. Heat 11 underway, moving up towards the end of the fly. Very little to choose between them. Slight advantage to lane 3. The Verulam swimmer, Martha Duncan, green hat. As they come off the wall, though, it's Duncan in 3, and then Sue Sanders and Bayliss 2 each side of her, vying for the lead. But just moving up into the lead is Gemma Robertson in lane 9. Turns on a 34.34, swimming for Stevenage. Robertson in the lead, holding on to that advantage out of the breaststroke underwater phase, up into the full swim, half a length of breaststroke to go. Robertson has the advantage. Then it is Bayliss, Duncan and So Sanders. So Sanders for the next few positions, swapping around slightly. Robertson not just about holding on to the lead as she went into that final turn. They're coming back down, half a length to go. Robertson in 9 versus the Verulam swimmer Martha Duncan. But Robertson is a long way in the lead at the end there. 116.83 takes the win. Second place goes to Miriam Muqdad in a time of, where's it gone? It's 118.09. Heat 12, referee. Heat 12 underway. Slight advantage to Malika Dalwis in lane 9. She turns first, just ahead of lane 4, which is Annabelle Brown for Stevenage. Into the backstroke, moving out into the lead now, over near the windows, Holly Enright. So it's chopping and changing, the two ends of the pool in the lead. Malika Alwis of Hillingdon in lane 9. Good backstroke, moves into the lead substantially. 33.86 against a 34.74 for Enright over in lane 0. Into the breaststroke to Alwis, holding on to that advantage. Good breaststroke swim in lane 4. The Stevenage swimmer, Annabelle Brown. So it's Alwis in first place. And then it's pretty close between Brown, who's in third, and Enright in lane 0, who was in second place rather, as they move their way back down towards the start end. Half a length to go. The race is now over at the far side of the pool. Enright versus De Jager. Enright should just take this one. Enright takes it, then I think it was in fact Dalwis. No, Dalwis was third with De Jager second. The winning time 1:16.56. Heat 13, referee. Heat 13, our penultimate heat. And another very close on the fly here, little to choose between them as they go up to the wall. Turning first, it was Dinah Bernatskaya in 9 and Jennifer Davis in lane 7. And Davis now drifting back to second place because the leader is in the middle of the pool. It's Amber Galley of Wickham. So Amber Galley comes in. No, it is in fact lane 7. It's Jennifer Davis turning first, 34.37. Who's got the best breaststroke out of these swimmers? Davis still holding on to her lead. Coming back very strongly though is Evie Thompson in lane 8. Wrong heat is Beatrice Jeffs in lane 8. So Jeffs coming off the wall nicely, moving into the lead. Beatrice Jeffs in the lead. Next to her, Jennifer Davis. And then it's the early leader in third, but taking the win, Beatrice Jeffs, her time 1:12.97. Second place went to Jennifer Davis. And third place goes to Amber Galley. That completes heat 13. We're into our final heat of this event, which will be heat 14. Heat 14, referee. Last heat then. Early advantage to Catherine Ryan of Hoddesdon in lane 2 with the red hat. She touches first, turns into backstroke about half a metre ahead of the rest of the field. Up out of the underwater phase, she holds on to that lead. Second place at the moment is Emma Craig of Harpenden in lane 4. And it's pretty tight for third. And at the moment is Maya Shackle. Turning first then is Emma Craig, 32.08 in lane 4, the fastest entrance. She's holding on to the advantage in the breaststroke. Emma Craig then in the lead. Second place at the moment is lane 2, Catherine Ryan. Pretty tight for third as they come up to the final turn. Craig first, Ryan third, and then it is Madison Wiles of Hemel in lane 5 in third place. Half a length to go. Emma Craig has the advantage, almost a body length ahead of Catherine Ryan. Emma Craig, her entry time 1:13 dead, finishes on a 1:11.17. Second place goes to Catherine Ryan, 1:12.63. third place at the other end of the pool. Jessica Medleycott for Dunstable with a time of 1:13.11. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Clear the pool, please. We start then event 27 next, which is the boys' 200-metre backstroke. 5 heats of this. First heat, 3 swimmers. Constantine Califas in lane 3 for Watford. James Hallam for Harpenden in 4. Peter Bansagi of Watford in lane 5. Event 27, heat 1, referee. Eight lengths of the pool then, all of them backstroke. No entry times for these guys in the water. Peter Bansagi in lane 5 with a slight advantage over James Hallam in lane 4. And then Constantine Califas a little bit behind them in lane 3. Constantine is 10. The other 2 swimmers are 11 years old, with Peter of Watford with the red hat in lane 5 with the slight advantage as they move up towards the 50-metre mark, leaving 150 metres to go. Good race in the centre of the pool, very close together, just half a body length between them. Peter still in the lead as he comes up to the halfway point, turning on a 1:31.01 against a 1:31.72, so 0.71 between them. And then Constantine Califas in third place. He turned on a 1:42.36. Little to choose between these 2 leaders then. Peter having the better kick off the wall, turning better, or the exit of the turn is better. And then James Hallam having to work that bit harder down the length, although in this case he's not beginning to catch up Peter anymore. So Peter almost a body length advantage at the 100-metre mark. I think they must have done more than 100 metres, must be the 150-metre mark. So Peter beginning to move away now from James. Constantine turning now up towards the turn end. Peter then turning, coming back down towards the start end. Body's length advantage over the rest of the swimmers, or over the swimmer nearest to him rather. As Peter comes down then to finish. Final stroke, hand down, hits the pad 3:07.36. James 3:10.24. And remember, all these results are of course provisional, subject to the referee's confirmation. So do check the posted results to make sure you get the completely accurate results, as Constantine finishes on a 3:27.27. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Clear the pool to the sides, please. Heat 2, referee. Lewis Perry in lane 1, Ethan David Tostoven in lane 2, Robert Flaxbeard in 3, Christian Gosh in 4, Felipe Irvine in 5, Ethan Chamberlain in 6, Archie Barton in 7, George Bunyard in lane 8. And it is Robert Flaxbeard of Harpenden going out well. No entry time for him, just entry times for lanes 4 and 5. Robert then turning 2 lengths down at 38.36. Second place is Ethan David Tostoven, and Lewis Perry just a bit behind him in lane 1. So a good race between lanes 2 and 1 for second and third, with Robert Flaxbeard out of the lead in lane 3. Flaxbeard then turning at the 100-metre mark. Time not come up on the board, but 120.4 is when we are 120.42 for him. Still a good race between David Tostoven and Perry in lanes 2 and 1. Lane 2 with the advantage. Fourth place at the moment is Archie Barton in lane 7. Flaxbeard then still in the lead at the 150 mark. And still a good race between lanes 2 and 1. 2 with that slight advantage, almost a body length advantage now over Perry in 1. Flaxbeard then coming down towards the finish, half a length to go. No entry time for him. So see how he gets on. He's going to finish with a time of 2:44.47. David Tostoven zooming away on this final length, finishing second 2:53.78. Perry third 2:56.31. Next swimmer to come in is Archie Barton for Stevenage. Finishes, hasn't come up on the scoreboard yet, 2:44, no, not sure what it is, we'll see in a moment. Then we've got in Ethan Chamberlain, so Chamberlain 3:12, Barton 3:04. George Bunyard next, again not come up on the scoreboard. Then Gosh with a 3:24.42. And then our final swimmer to come in is Felipe Irvine with a time of 3:34.24. So if you can clear the pool, please, swimmers. Technical infraction report for you. Event 27, Heat 1, lanes 3 and 5, both disqualified for a technical infraction. Heat 3, referee. So everybody's got an entry time, and Ollie Mills in lane 4 has an entry time below 3 minutes, the first sub 3 minute entry time we've had. Adam Raymond in 0, Alexander Donne in 1, Bo Riley in 3, Ollie Mills in 4, Samuel Binnington in 5, Crosby Buran in 6, Kane Lewis in 7, Ryan Ingram in 8, and Thomas Ruck in lane 9. And it's a good early advantage to Adam Raymond of Hillingdon in lane 1, turning on 34.31, ahead of Binnington. In lane 5 for Harpenden, so Adam Raymond, long way out in the lead at the moment. Imagine he'll hold on to this, but we will see as he turns. The next one to turn is Samuel Binnington, a little bit closer for 3rd and 4th. Lane 6 and lane 3, that's Bo Riley in 3 for Stortford. Crosby Buran of Hillingdon in lane 6. At the halfway point, 1:11.11 for Raymond, turning 100 metre mark. Samuel Binnington turning next, 1:15.97. And then a slight advantage now for Crosby Buran, turning 3rd. But still pretty close for 3rd and 4th. As the leader, making his way back down towards the start end. Half a length until he gets there. Adam Raymond, 10 metres in the lead, ahead of the rest of the field, 1:48.76. Closest one to him is Samuel Binnington, just coming in, turns, kicks off the wall, 1:58.13. And then Moran, solid 3rd now, turning in a 2:02.11 against a 2:04.17 for Riley. Adam Raymond may lap up one of the entrants here, we'll see. Oh no, my mistake, he's finished, so finishes on a 2:25.01. Good swim that, against a 3:24, so a minute under his entry time. Must be got to imagine it's quite an old entry time. Samuel Binnington finishes 2:37.87 in 2nd place. Crosby Buran 3rd, 2:42.14. Final swimmer coming in then, Thomas Ruck for Wickham. So some raffle prizes for session 4. They are all orange ticket numbers, and those numbers are 4, 51, 79, 128, 140. 4, 51, 79, 128, and 140. Heat 4, referee. Luke Ellis in 0, Liam Traynor in 1, Parker Brewster in 2, Josh Charita in 3, Harry Lawrence in 4, Toby Martin in 5, Angelo Nagy in 6, Ollie Fennick in 7, Alex Cairncross in 8, Matthew Nichols in lane 9. And it is lane 3 at the moment, that's Josh Charita. He's had some good swims all day, and at the moment he's going out well. So Josh Charita in the lead. Toby Martin, who had that very good 100 free, beating the minute mark for the first time, I would guess, based on his reaction anyway. 59 point something for his 100 free. He's now in 2nd place on the backstroke. And Harry Lawrence, between Josh Charita and Toby Martin, in 3rd place. Charita turns first, Martin second, and Lawrence third. Josh Charita of Hillingdon still in the lead. He turns first, 1:14.21. Lawrence second, 1:14.66. It's not Lawrence, it's Martin. Lawrence turns third on a 1:18.01. Lawrence just dropping back a bit, says first and second, then there's third, and then a race for fourth and fifth. And in fourth place at the moment is Angelo Nagy. Josh Charita still in the lead. Toby Martin in second place. They come up towards the 150 metre mark. Charita has the advantage, kicks off the wall, 152.55 against a 154.08. Lawrence just holding on to second place, but she's getting closer to him, or Nagy rather. Josh Charita then, half a length to go, still has the lead, should hold on to the lead unless there's some massive failure in the last 5 metres. So Charita comes down, entered on a time of 2:49.63 at 2:29.50. Toby Martin second, 2:32.93. Lawrence in between them third on a 2:39.76. Nagy next on a 2:45.66, and then Brewster 2:46.82 to take fifth place as our final swimmers come in to complete heat 4. We move on to our final heat next then, which will be heat 5. Clear the pool please, swimmers. Heat 5, referee. Last heat underway. Quite close on the entry times. Three of the swimmers on a 2:24. That's Matthew Telling in 3, who's about 4th, 5th place at the moment. James Atwell in lane 4, who's in the lead, and then Alexander Williams, who's in second place. Those all entered on a similar time, 2:24 point. At the first turn, though, it is James Atwell, 31.71. He turns. Just a tad behind him is Alexander Williams, so not too much to choose between them. And then in third place is Lewis Dormer in lane 2. A little bit away from him in terms of lanes. Atwell turns first. Then Alexander. Atwell and Alexander, not much to choose between them. Dormer coming back at them as well. So Atwell just been overhauled now by Alexander Williams as they hit the halfway mark. Atwell kicks off the pads a 10th ahead, 106.52 against a 106.62, but Alexander Williams is now moved into the lead as they come up towards the turn at the turn end. 3 lengths to go it will be when they turn. Williams turns first, Atwell second, and third place just about Lewis Dormer. Not far behind him though is Josh Kelly in lane 6. Back at the front, Alexander Williams, 2 lengths to go, moved a long way ahead now. Atwell under pressure now from David Apimo Fisher in lane 7. As Alexander Williams keeps the lead, extends the lead slightly, turns for the final time, 1 length to go, back to the start, comes out of the underwater phase at about 5 and a bit metres, half a length for him to go. James Atwell in second place, being pushed by David Apimo Fisher. As Alexander Williams comes in, 2:24.46, finishing on 2:15. 10, it's very close, it's just on the touch, so it just goes to Apimo Fisher, 2:19.97 against Atwell's 2:20.09. And then our last two swimmers to come in at each end of the pool. Samuel Carter just ahead of Tommy Lydiard. Carter entered on 2:46, finishing on 2:40.09. And the Lydiard completes the heat, 2:41.97. So that completes event 27. We move on to event 28. The girls' 200 metre freestyle, swum over 8 heats, with 8 swimmers in the first heat, or 8 swimmers entered in the first heat. Looks like we've got 8 swimmers there, so that's good. We've got 9 swimmers because Megan Reeder is in lane 9. Heat 1, a spot heat referee. Eight lengths front crawl then. Megan Reeder in 9, Zanita Bowen in 8, Ruby Chaburo in 7, Scarlett Perkins-Webb in 6, Emily Forder in 5, Eloise Sanders in 3, Kitty Reeder in 2, and Hetty McLean in lane 1. Megan Reeder has a slight advantage, almost a body length now ahead of Ruby Chaburo. Both Watford swimmers. Megan turning on a 38.62. Pretty close for the next few positions. And at the moment it's lane 5, which is Emily Forder of Wickham. Green hat with a big white W on it in the middle of the pool. Reeder in the lead. Forder in second place. And it's tight for the next positions. Sorry, second place is Ruby Chaburo. Forder just in third place. And Eloise Sanders in fourth. Reeder turns at the halfway point, 1:24.48. Then Ruby Chaburo in second place. Emily Forder just about in third still, with Eloise Sanders not far behind her. A little bit of field spread on this one. There's no entry times for any of these swimmers. And a length or so between them, a little bit more than that, as Megan Reeder comes down with 50 to go. Just beginning to overhaul Zanita Ebhoen of Wickham, who has 100 to go. Reeder turns first, 2:09.90. Then we've got Ruby. Time's not come up. Oh, there we go, 2:15.85. Forder a 2:20.99. Sanders 2:23.36. That's the top 4. Megan Reeder then coming underneath the flags for the final time. Comes in to finish a fairly convincing win, 2:52.57. Ruby next. She finishes on 2:58.56. Emily Forder will be our next swimmer in lane 5 for Wickham, finishing on 3:07.07. Then we have Eloise Sanders finishing on time not come up. There we are, 3:12.94. And we've got 3 swimmers left to go. First of those is Kitty Reeder, and then Scarlett Perkins-Webb. That's Anita Ebowen. Kitty Reader coming in. I think this is her finishing. Yep. So Reader finishes 3:45.54. Eloise Sanders, it's Perkis Webb for Wickham, finishing next on 3:46.59. And then that just leaves our final swimmer, the youngest swimmer in this heat, just 9 years old, from Wickham. It's Anita Ebowen. She's got just over half a length to go. Just swimming underneath the flags. No entry time for her, so her first opportunity to get a time for the 200 free, and that time is 4:30.89. Heat 2, referee. Heat 2 underway. Harmony Taka in lane 0, Francesca Cowley in 1, Charlotte Hawes in 2, Lucy Alexander in lane 3, Mahala Angwin Pope of Stevenage in lane 4. Then we've got Mia Wilson of Watford in 5, Caitlin Neve Peters in 6, Paige Brewster in 7, Darcy Croft in 8, Celia Randall in lane 7. It's lane 4 then. No, it's not, it's lane 3. That is lane 4, has the advantage at the moment. Mahala Angwin Pope for Stevenage with the black hat in the middle of the pool, out on her own slightly. Closest swimmer to her is Charlotte Hawes of Hemel with the blue hat in lane 2, as Mahala comes up to the halfway mark, turns on a 1:22.88. Hawes in second place, 1:22.60. And then at the other end of the pool, Celia Randall in third place. So all to play for. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7. Also pretty close to each other. Coming down towards the 150 metre mark, that will be the next turn. Angwin Pope still in the lead. Celia Randall doing well though, just beginning to move into the lead in lane 9. Turns with 2 lengths to go. Randall turns first, 2:10.79. Angwin Pope second, 2:11.68. Hawes third, 2:12. Final length and a bit. Celia Randall doing a good swim in lane 9 for Watford. Paced it nicely. Moved into the lead with about 3 lengths to go and held it. Hemel's Charlotte Hawes swimming strongly in lane 2. Putting Celia Randall's got a body length advantage, so Randall comes in, takes a win, 2:53.94. Hawes second, time not come up, but about a second or so behind, 2:55.24. Angwin Pope third, 2:58.57. Francesca Cowley then, our final swimmer to come in for Harpenden in lane 1 rather. 11-year-old swimmer, last couple of strokes, entered 4:04, finishes 3:28. That completes heat 2. Heat 3, referee. Molly Greatbatch in 0, Caroline Sedgwick in 1, Maddie Royston Hayes in 2, Freya Hadnot in 3, Jemima Grove in 4, lane 5 has Jessica Wells, Tia Gregory in 6, Larissa Cowley in 7, Lauren Dent in 8, Freya Kirby, lane 9. And it's lane 5, Jessica Wells for Watford. Sorry, lane 6, Tia Gregory for Stevenage, going out well. Long way ahead of the rest of the field, 34.71 at the 50-metre mark. So a long way ahead of everybody else, almost 5 seconds. Larissa Cowley in 2nd place. And 3rd place is Jemima Grove. Tia Gregory then a long way ahead of everybody else, swimming well indeed. She moving towards the halfway mark. Gregory in the lead. Gregory's entry time, 3:07.04. Turns on a, well, it's not entirely clear, 1:15.29 I think that would have been. So that's a long way underneath a 3:07 pace, that's for sure. Then we've got Larissa Cowley in 2nd place, and then a good race for the next positions. And coming back well on them is Molly Greatbatch over in lane 1. Molly now in 2nd place. Larissa in 3rd place. Tia Gregory then, 2 lengths to go. 1:59.24. Beginning to close up for 3rd place. 2nd place fairly secure at the moment, Molly Greatbatch of Stortford. Then we've got Larissa Cowley coming off the wall nicely there in lane 5 with Jessica Wells of Watford. So can Wells overhaul Cowley for 3rd place as Tia Gregory comes back down the pool. Just over half a length to go. Molly Greatbatch turns, she's got a length to go. Tia Gregory underneath the flags, few strokes left to go. Finishing very strongly, 2:42.01. 2nd place will be Molly, but it's a good race for 3rd. Slight advantage to Jemima Grove of Wickham. Molly Greatbatch finishes 2:52.92. And then Jemima Grove of Wickham, 3rd place, 2:57.60. Molly Greatbatch's time, 2:52.92. Heat 4, referee. Holly Dan in lane 0, Charlie Gray in 1, Olivia Cooper in 2, Rebecca Riak in 3, Jan Harvey in 4, Leanne Suo Saunders in 5, Imogen Bell in 6, McDonald Williams 7, Lucy Peterson in 8, and Isabel Thompson in lane 9. It's lane 5 has the advantage at the moment. Leanne Suo Saunders. Leanne turning first, 35.02, but not too much to choose between her. Lucy Peterson in lane 8, and then Jan Harvey and Rebecca Riak, lanes 4 and 3. Leanne in the lead. Leanne Suo-Saunders, lane 5 in the lead. Then Jan Harvey in second. Rebecca Riak in third. Those are the leaders at the halfway point. Lucy Peterson in fourth place. A good fight for fifth place between Isabel Thompson and Imogen Bell, with McDonald Williams in that fight as well. Meanwhile, back at the front, almost in a line now. So Sanders, Jan Harvey, Riak, with Jan Harvey just moving into the lead. 50 metres to go. Jan Harvey turns first, 1:55.15. Riak second, and Suo-Saunders third. So just beginning to shake down a bit at the end here. Just over a length to go. Jan Harvey swimming well. Moved up into the lead, held it for the last 50. Well, has so far. Coming off that wall, very nice turn for Rebecca Riak. So it's Jan Harvey and Riak vying for the lead. Jan Harvey has it a body length ahead of Riak. As Suo-Saunders just drifts back into third place. Jan Harvey comes in to finish. 2:34.13, good win for her. Rebecca Riak second, 2:35.82. Leanne in third place, 2:40.06. Heat 5, referee. Malika to Alwes in 0. Sarah Kashek in 1. Izzy Stone in 2. Maya Gosh in 3. Laurelie Palmer in 4. Annabelle Raven in 5. Imogen Tang in 6. Livy Stanley in lane 7. Kaylin Heher in 8. Ellen Miller-Bond in lane 9. And it's pretty close here between 7 and 3. Slight advantage to lane 7. Livy Stanley just ahead of Maya Gosh. They turn on a 32.45 and a 32.52. So just 700ths between them as they disappear off towards the turn end. Still little to choose between them. Maya Gosh just ahead of Livy Stanley now. Gosh in the lead, Stanley in second place. Good race for third and fourth over near the windows. Kashek just ahead of De Alwis for third. Stanley turns first, 1:09.43. Gosh, 1:09.78. Third place, lane 9, Ellen Miller-Bond. Miller-Bond just beginning to move to the fore. Just marginally ahead of Sarah Kashek and Malika De Alwis over in lanes 1 and 0. Back at the front though, Livy Stanley still has that advantage over Maya Gosh, but it's not particularly huge, it's a body length. There's 50 metres to go, should be enough to hold on to the lead over the last 50 metres. Third place now switches to De Alwis over in lane 0. Livy Stanley turns then for the final time, pushes towards home. Under a length to go. De Alwis moved up into second place now, ahead of Gosh. Coming back on them as well is Sarah Kashek for Wickham, but Livy Stanley's going to take the win. The winning time is 2:22.64. It is pretty tight for second, and actually De Alwis holds on to second, 2:28.24. Sarah Kashek 2:28.50, with Maya Gosh just drifting back to fourth 2:28.54. Heat 6, referee. Madeline Bayliss in lane 0, Rui Visaria in 1, Holly Enright in 2, Neve Hughes in 3, Chloe Medley-Cott in 4, Hannah Barker in 5, Grace Mason in 6, Lucy Keynes in 7, Natalia Radomska in lane 8, and Zoe Condon in lane 9. And it's lane 2 with the slight advantage. Holly Enright had some good swims all day. Holly just turns ahead of the rest of the field, but only marginally, 33-34. Quite a few swimmers in the 33s on the turn. Holly Enright then with the advantage. Just ahead of Rui Visaria, both Hillingdon swimmers off the wall. Visaria just moving the lead from Enright. So Visaria in the lead, Enright in second place, Madeline Bayliss in third. So all the actions in lanes 0, 1 and 2, but not out of it yet. Lane 3, which is Neve Hughes, coming back well on this second 100, so into the back half of the race. Enright ahead, Visaria second, Hughes third. Swaps around again, Visaria having a good push off the wall, swimming fast down through this length. Visaria, Enright, Hughes as they go into the turn. It's a little bit of a difference between them now. Visaria turns 47.56 against a 48.08 and then a 48.70 for Hughes. It's still close. Visaria just has the advantage. Enright in second place, Hughes in third. There's not much to choose between them as they go into this final turn. Visaria turns first. She's a little bit ahead of Enright and Hughes, who turn pretty much at the same time. Coming off the wall though, a better turn for Hughes. Hughes moving up into second place. Enright just drifting back again. Visaria in first place. Just a few strokes to go. Visaria still has the advantage. Visaria takes a win. Hughes second place, Enright in third. The winning time for Visaria, 2:23.64, sorry. Heat 7, referee. Freya Riley in lane 0, Bryony Mateus in 1, Diana Manatskaya in 2, Lily Fletcher in 3, Charlotte Clark in 4, Lauren Parkinson in 5, Wojak Yardiok in 6, Sarah Conway in 7, Ayla Wakiani in 7, and Elizabeth Telling in lane 9. And it's very close indeed. Wakiani just slightly in the lead. Again, another swimmer who's had some good swims, swimming for Hillingdon, just 13 years old, in lane 8 in this heat and in the lead. Second place is next to her, Sarah Conway of Wickham in the green hat, lane 7. And then it's Charlotte Clark for Hitchin with the yellow hat in third place in lane 4. So it's pretty close this race. Wakiani has an advantage. Charlotte Clark just moving up into second place as they come up towards the 100-metre mark. Wakiani turning 1:08.56. Clark turning next 1:10.11. And then in third place is Sarah Conway 1:10.36. All about the stamina in the back 100 now. Wakiani though looking very strong, has all day. And she comes up with 3 lengths to go, turning solidly in the lead. Clark extended her advantage perhaps a little bit over that length, and Conway in 3rd place for Wickham. Coming down then to the flags, 50 metres and a bit to go. Wakiani turns a little ahead, or quite a long way ahead of Clark. Clark just beginning to cement 2nd place ahead of Conway. Wakiani turns 1:45.60, Clark 47.47, and 3rd place 49.04. Up into the last length and a bit. Clark just beginning to catch Wakiani. Don't know if she can do it over this last length. It's a big ask. Wakiani just starts to pull hard. She should hold on to this one. Charlotte Clark looking good. It's very close. She's getting closer all the time, but Wakiani should take this. 2 or 3 strokes to go. And indeed, Ayla takes a win at 2:22.06. Clark's time doesn't come up, but it's going to be a high 22 or a low 23 as it happens. 23.23. 3rd place Fletcher, 2:27.35. Our final swimmer coming in then, Lauren Parkinson, completing 2:52.05. Last heat then, heat 8, referee. Chloe Simpson in 1, Bella Parkers in 2, Tara Diego in 2, Bella in 1, Chloe in 0, Olivia Matfield in 3, Aoife O'Leary in 4, Evie Thompson in 5, Sophie Clark in 6, Amber Galley in 7, Ellie Eva in 8, Amy Harper in lane 9. Chloe Simpson, lane 0 in the lead, but only just in the lead. Sophie Clark in 2nd place for Hitchin in lane 5. As Chloe Simpson turns first, 31.81. Clark turning on a 32.34. It was Thompson, turning 2nd. Clark probably about 3rd. So the 2 Hitchin swimmers with the yellow hats in lanes 5 and 6 in the lead, with the red hat of Watford, Chloe Simpson, in lane 0. Simpson in the lead. 3 Hitchin swimmers, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Clark, Thompson and then Matfield. Halfway point, Simpson turns 1:07.32. So it's pretty close at the front here. Ellie Eva doing well in lane 8, moving up towards Sophie Clark, as Chloe Simpson still in the lead, they come back off the wall. Simpson in the lead, lane 1. Sophie Clark, 2nd place. Ellie Eva not quite catching her quite as fast as she was, but she's not far behind. Simpson, Clark, and then it's pretty tight for 3rd place, but it just goes to Aoife O'Leary at the moment. Length and a half to go. Sophie Clark beginning to accelerate as they come into this final turn. Clark versus Simpson, it's pretty close. Clark just has the advantage, I think. It certainly has the advantage. In fact, she's beginning to swim faster. They come back down, half a length to go. Sophie Clark has the lead from Simpson. 2nd place at the moment is Evie Thompson. Clark takes the win. Simpson 2nd place. 3rd place goes to Matfield. The winning time was 2:18.05. That completes event 28. We move on to event 29, which is the boys 50 fly. And we have 8 heats of that. So this is event 29. Event 29, heat 1, referee. First heat underway, no entry times for any of these lads, but it's lane 4 with the advantage, which is Matthew Nichols from Verulam, green hat. Just beside him with no hat is Misha Zarinov of Hitchin. So Misha just behind Matthew Nichols. Misha just putting him under pressure, moving into the lead possibly. It's hard to tell from this angle. It's still Nichols with the advantage as they come down with 3 or 4 strokes to go. Misha doing well there. Oh, not quite right on the touch. So Zarinov takes the win, 38.77. Misha Nichols second, 38.84. And then in third place was James Hallam. His time 46.21. Our last swimmers coming in. There's 4 of them. So the next one to come in is lane 8, which is Henry Rust, finishing in a time of 105.65. Our final 2 swimmers, Daniel Chamberlain and Zachary Hazlitt Fossey. Chamberlain on a 113.04, Fossey on a 117.88. Heat 2, referee. So entry times for all these swimmers hovering around the 58 out to 115, so a little bit of a spread, not such a big spread in the field at the moment. And it's lane 1 turns first, which is Benjamin Palmer. Swim for Bishop Stortford, entered on a 105, going to be considerably underneath that as he comes down with half a length to go. Palmer in the lead then, tight for the next few positions. Slight advantage to the Dunstable swimmer, James Moore, in lane 6, as Palmer takes the win, 47.25. Second place, Dunstable swimmer, 51.99, which was James Moore. Third place goes to Jacob Chen, 52.28. Heat 3, referee. Heat 3 underway, early lead then for lane 4, Luke Hurley of Dunstable. Sorry, wrong heat. Robert Gore of Stortford. Still lane 4 there, a long way ahead of everybody else. Robert then in the lead, half a length to go. Gore entered on a 50.37. Going to smash that. Finishes on a 37.85. Next swimmer coming in then is William McGuinness for Harpenden. Finishes on a 46.01, and then our third place swimmer is Grishin, 48.56. Heat 4, referee. Entry times 44.3 out to 49.7. It's a good start for lane 2, which is Mickey Royston Hayes for Wickham. Turns first. These times obviously old. Bear little relationship to what the swimmers are capable of at the moment. But it is Mickey Royston Hayes, nevertheless, for Wickham. In the lead, very dominant, comes underneath the flags, entered on a 47, entered on a 45, finishes on a 34, so 11 seconds under. Second place goes to Hurley, 37.59, and third place goes to Charles German, his time 40.79. Heat 5, a spot heat referee. Dropping into 39s then for Sam Jones in lane 4. But it's lane 2, once again going out fast, which is another Wickham swimmer, Ollie Mills. Sorry, it's Flynn Milliard of Harpenden. Wrong heat again. So it's Milliard from Imondi, the two Harpenden swimmers in lanes 2 and 1, looking at each other. And it's now Imondi just moving into the lead. Luca Imondi going to take this one, I think, and he takes the win. 35-31, Millard second, 36-26. Third place going to Jones, 36-97. Heat 6, referee. Heat 6 underway. Early lead to lane 3. Lane 3 and 6 as they go down towards the turn end, the centre of the pool, little juice between them. Lane 3 turns first. That is Tommy Lydiard of Ware. Comes off the wall, holding on to the lead. Tommy Lydiard from Jack Ranoof of Hoddesdon. So Lydiard just having this at the moment, 2 or 3 strokes to go. Lydiard takes the win, his time 32.19. Ranoof in second place with a 32.83, and on 33.54 was Ball in third. Heat 7, referee. (32.37), the fastest entrant, Raoul Shepherd, lane 4, but it's lane 5 going out the fastest, which is Yannick Matheson-Chubb, swimming for Verulam, I think. So it's close between Matheson, Chubb and Shepherd, and then also Max Ray, or Rafi May rather. But it is Matheson Chubb takes the win His time 30.36. Heat 8, referee. Final heat then, fastest entrant, Matthew Emerton in lane 4, and it's Emerton with the advantage. His entry 27.97. Emerton turns first, just behind him, James Atwell of Harpenden, so the Hillingdon swimmer Emerton. And then we've got James Atwell in 3, Nick Sinclair of Ware in lane 2. But moving away from the rest of the field, Matthew Emerton, 27.97 his entry time, 27.15, so a little bit underneath that, good swim. And that completes event 29. Event 30 next then, the girls 200 metre breaststroke. 5 heats of this. Event 30, Heat 1, referee. Eight lengths then of breaststroke. Esme Alway of Verulam in lane 1, Ruby Kiburo of Watford in 2, Maya Bohara of Watford in 3, Phoebe Hudson of Wickham in 4, Emily Forder of Wickham in 5, Bethany Hopkins of Harpenden Emily Forder in 4, Bethany Hopkins in 5 for Harpenden, Summer Everson of Watford in 6, Isha Lawton of Watford in 7, Scarlett Perkins-Webb of Wickham in 8, and Jessie Penner of Wickham in lane 9. And turning first, we have Bethany Hopkins of Harpenden in lane 5. Emily Forder. Let's start again. Summer Everson turning first, and then Bethany Hopkins in second place. And a little bit close for the next few places. Just in third place is Maya Bohara. Back at the front, Summer Everson in the lead, coming underneath the flags. 100 metres down, halfway through the race. Second is Bethany Hopkins. Third, Ruby Kiburo. Summer Everson in the lead, Bethany Hopkins in second place. It's a good race for third third, fourth and fifth. That's between Kia Burrow. Then we've got Phoebe Hudson and Emily Forder. Summer Everson turns then, 50 metres to go. Catching her a little bit is Bethany Hopkins of Harpenden in lane 5, so may make it before the race is up. 1.5 lengths to go. Phoebe Hudson moved up into third place, sorry. And Bethany Hopkins very close now to Summer Everson as they come back down towards the start end. Summer with the red hat for Watford, now beginning to move away from Bethany, the black hat for Harpenden. So these two swimmers vying for the lead. Summer Everson looking fairly safe now. She's gone underneath the flags, just a few strokes left to go. Summer takes the win. Doesn't quite hit the pads fast hard enough, but time was somewhere around the 3:35, 3:34 high maybe. Four more swimmers coming in. Next swimmer is Aisha Lawton. And then we have got Scarlett Perkins-Webb. Just after her, Maya Bohara, and then our final swimmer in this heat, Jessie Penna. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Clear the pool, please. Heat 2, referee. Charlie Gray in lane 1, 0 rather. Holly Dan in 1, Maddie Royston Hayes in 2, Isabel Thompson in 3, Arabelle Uwe in 4, Darcy Croft in 5, Catherine Clune in 6, Celia Randall in 7, Eloise Mears in 8, and Sarah Flaxbeard in lane 9. Two disqualifications. Event 29, Heat 2, Lane 1. Event 29, Heat 2, Lane 2, both disqualified for a technical infraction. Close race at the beginning here. At the front rather, Catherine Clune just ahead of Arabella Uy. Clune turning 134.01 against Arabella's 135.51. And then third place is Maddie Royston-Hayes for Wickham, 141.86. Catherine Clune for Stortford, Black Hat, lane 6, maintaining her advantage over Arabella Uy. Clune turns, 2 lengths to go. Arabella Uy in second place, 2:28.38 against a 2:25.73. Clune still in the lead, Uy in second place. As they come back down towards the finish, Catherine Clune looking strong, nice long stroke. Entered on no time, in fact no time for any of these swimmers. She comes underneath the flags. Stroke also to go, nice finish, 3:16.03 for Catherine. Arabella next. 3:21.18 in second place. Holly Dan, Maddie Royston-Hayes in third place. She finishes on 3:27.92. Fourth place goes to Isabella Thompson. Her time 3:31.81. Fifth place goes to Celia Randall. 3:34.55. And then we have in seventh place Holly Dan. In eighth place Charlie Gray. Their times 3:50.61 against a 3:54.08. In ninth place Eloin Mears from Wickham, 3:57.33. Eloin Mears is in the water. That would have been Celia Randall rather on a 3:34.55, and Eloin Mears 1 length to go as she turns back for home, swimming for Wickham. Eloin then with just under half a length to go, 10 metres as she goes past the yellow blobs on the lane ropes. Moving to underneath the flags, that's 5 metres to go now. Just a few more strokes as she comes in, puts her time on the board. The time is 5:11.40, completing Heat 2. Heat 3, referee. Heat 3 underway. Caitlin Neve Peters in 0, Lauren Dent in lane 1, Susanna Reid in 2, Sophia Rowe in 3, Sarah Gajak in 4, Paige Goldhawk in 5, Molly Greatbatch in 6, Tabitha Keane in 7, Ailey 2 in 8, and Catherine Reid in lane 9. That's Catherine Reid in lane 9, no entry time. She comes in, turns at the 50-metre mark, 39.45. Then it is Sarah Gajek just ahead of Sophia Rowe for second and third. A disqualification here. Event 30, heat 1, lane 0, disqualified for a technical infraction. Catherine Reid, a long way ahead of the rest of the field, comes up towards the halfway mark. Turns on a 1:24.89. Then we have Sarah Gajak of Wickham turning on 1:33.49 and quite close for the next two positions. It's Rowe just ahead of Reid, 1:37.92 against a 1:38.26. Catherine Reid moving down towards the 150-metre mark. Good solid lead, 8 or 9 metres ahead of the rest of the field. Catherine then comes in, turns, pushes off. Long underwater pull up to the surface at about 6 metres, turns on a 214.13 rather. Then in second place is Sarah Gajak, 2:25.32. And third place is Susanna Reid, 2:31.33. 2 lengths to go then for those swimmers. Some of the other swimmers just coming up to complete 6 lengths. A good battle in lanes 6 and 7. Molly Greatbatch and Tabitha Keane. As Catherine Reid then, 10 metres to go. Very strong swim. Looking nice all the way through. Final stroke, and there we go. And finishes on a 3:05.1. Our next swimmer coming in, Sarah Gajak, lane 4, finisher 3:16.37. A little bit behind her, Susanna Reid, 3:21.15. And then we've got clutch of swimmers coming in, the latest of which is Paige Goldhawk. Her time is 3:36.07. And then our final swimmers coming in to complete heat 3. Heat 4, referee. Perla Carnuati in lane 0. Rebecca Riak in 1 for Hillingdon. Izzy Stone for Hillingdon in 2. Ruhi Bisaria for Hillingdon in 3. Hannah Lovelock for Hitchin in lane 4 in the lead at the moment. Rachel Carpenter for Ware in 5. Martha Duncan for Verulam in 6. Neve Hughes for Hillingdon in 7. Jessica Wells for Watford in lane 8, and Kaylin here also Watford in lane 9. Hannah Lovelock then just turning ahead of the rest of the field on a 42.18. Been put under pressure now though by Neve Hughes of Hillingdon, and Martha Duncan of Verulam in lane 7 and 6. Hannah Lovelock holding on to the lead. Yellow hat, lane 4. Then we've got the green hatted swimmer Martha Duncan for Verulam in lane 6 and the black hat of Neve Hughes. Lane 7, 1, 2 and 3 as they approach the halfway point. Beginning to move forward in lane 2, we have Izzy Stone of Hillingdon with the black hat, just moving up into 3rd place as Lovelock comes in. She turns at the 100-metre mark, 1:29.27. Good lead, just over a second ahead of Duncan on a 1:30.30, and then Hughes on a 1:31.30. 1, 2 and 3 at the halfway mark. Good heat this. Good battles for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and so on. Hannah Lovelock, a little bit of an advantage I would say for the lead, about a metre and a bit. It was a second and a bit when she turned at the 100-metre mark, then coming down towards the 150-metre mark. Lovelock then in first. Martha Duncan rather in second place, half a body length behind Lovelock. Izzy Stone in third for Hillingdon in lane 2. Lovelock turns 2:18.18. The gap's been got a bit small, that's what I'm trying to say. 2:18.71 for Duncan. So it's between Lovelock and Duncan now. Can Lovelock hold on to this at the moment? Looks like she's just opened that lead back up as they go in towards the final turn. Lovelock definitely opened that lead back up. Duncan in second place, Stone in third. Half a length to go. Hannah Lovelock, yellow hat for Hitchin in the lead. Green hatted swimmer Duncan for Verulam in second place. Izzy Stone with a black hat in lane 2 for Hillingdon in third. As Hannah Lovelock has a good, solid, or very good final 50. Finishes on 3:05.01. Martha Duncan in lane 6, 3:07.70. And then Izzy Stone third in a time of 3:08.30. And if you're in the spectator gallery, there is a fantastic rainbow outside. Absolutely amazing. So that finishes heat 4. We go to our final heat of this event, which will be heat 5, of course. Heat 5, referee. Ayla Wagiani in 0, Miriam Muqdad in 1, Angelica Lazzacati in 2, Emily Cairncross in 3, Chloe Simpson in lane 4 with the early advantage, Hannah Barker in lane 5, Jan Harvey in 6, Natalia Radomska in 7, Jennifer Davis in 8 and Ian Heathcote in lane 9. And it's Chloe Simpson with the advantage in first place. Then we've got Wagiani in second place and Cairncross in third at the 50-metre mark. So Simpson for Watford in 4, red hat, Cairncross with the yellow hat for Hitchin in 3, and Wagiani with the black hat of Hillingdon in lane 1. Wagiani just moving forwards, it's pretty close, these opening positions. Nice underwater phase for Wagiani, and she's moved into the lead. So Wagiani in first place, Simpson in second, Cairncross in third. As they move up towards the 100-metre mark, Wagiani turns first, 1:22.95. Simpson second, 1:24.26, and 1:24.58. Cairncross just behind her in third. Emily Cairncross looking like she's just beginning to move up into second place, putting Simpson under a little bit of pressure. Wagiani looking pretty comfortable out in first place in lane 0. Simpson marginally ahead of Cairncross still. As they move back down towards the start end, Wagiani looking good, half a length till she hits the turn. Turn a bit lengths to go. Simpson now just opening up some water between her and Cairncross. Wagiani turns first with 2 lengths to go, 2:06.91. Simpson next, 2:10.46, and Cairncross 2:11.75. Quite close for the next few positions. 4th place at the moment. 4th place at the moment is Hannah Barker of Harpenden. Just over a length to go then, less than a length now from Wagiani of Hillingdon. 13-year-old, entered on a 3:13, going to be a little bit underneath that. Simpson in 2nd place, Cairncross in 3rd. And then it's a good race for the next position across a number of the lanes. Meanwhile, at the front, Wagiani takes the win at 2:50.93. Simpson in 2nd place, 2:56.14. Cairncross comes in next on 2:59.56. And Natalia Radomska for Hillingdon takes 4th place on a 3:01.54. Actually, yeah. So that completes the women's breaststroke. We've got a disqualification though. It's event 30, heat 4, lane 1, disqualified for a technical infraction. As we move on to event 31, the boys 53 swum over 12 heats. Event 31, heat 1, referee. So into the 53s now, Ethan Hughes 5, Henry Rust 4, Riley Barlow in 3. And it's Hughes and Rust vying for the lead. Hughes with a slight advantage, Rust in 2nd place in the middle of the pool, with Barlow a little bit behind them as Hughes turns first. And a bit of a hiccup there for Henry Rust, so I'm not sure what's happening there. But Ethan Hughes in the lead, and Riley Barlow now in 2nd place as Hughes comes down underneath the flags. 9-year-old Hemel Hempstead swimmer, no time, got a time now, and it's 45.29. Riley next, Riley Barlow 50.85, and then Rust comes in for 54.29. Heat 2, referee. Underway then, the entry times here, just the middle set of lanes have entry times. 52, the fastest one, but it's lane 2, going out fast. Carson Chan of Verulam, no time for him, 12-year-old swimmer, he turns first. At the other end of the pool, we've got Misha Zaranov of Hitchin in 2nd place. And Amisha coming back quite fast actually against Carson Chan, but Carson should hold on to the lead. Few strokes left to go. Chan takes a win, 34.57. Misha 36.02. Oliver Tuberty in third place. His time not come up. But there we go, 44.46. Heat 3, referee. Heat 3 underway, 46.09, Monty Brewster, lane 4, the fastest entrant, but it's lane 5 going off at the moment, which is Prabhu for Watford, entered on 47.67. Can he hold on to this as he goes through to the halfway point? Looking good at the moment. He turns, but turns just behind lane 2, which is Alfie Mansa for Wickham with the green hat. Mansa comes off the wall. He's in the lead. Prabhu in second place. It's between those two. Third place, pretty tight. Slight advantage to Monty Brewster for third, but Prabhu coming back nicely on this second 25. Going to take the win comfortably in the end. The wins with a 40.35. Mansa second, 41.91, and Brewster third, 44.25. Heat 4, referee. So 43.28, the fastest entrant, and it's lane 5 going off well here for the Wickham Verulam swimmer George Saunders. 43.38 his time. He's looking good at the moment, almost a body length ahead of Brewster in lane 4. Saunders turns first. Brewster in second. They come off the wall. Saunders still has the advantage. No one else close to him at the moment. 43.38, going to be a little bit underneath that, comes underneath the flags. Good race here. It's Stuart Butler, the closest swimmer to her, but Saunders takes the win, 35.89. Butler in second on a 37.70. Third place goes to George Hearn. His time was 39.40. Heat 5, referee. Pretty much in a line across the pool, no real advantage at lane 7, so closest we get to a leader at the moment. William McGuinness of Harpenden as they go into the turn. McGuinness of Harpenden still in the lead. Curnow, lane 3, not far off, but beginning to get the centre lanes now moving to the 4. It's lane 4, lane 5 rather, moving into lead. Samuel Bird of Stortford, Black Hat, underneath the flags, 2 or 3 strokes to go. Bird takes the win. His winning time was 37.49. Heat 6, referee. Heat 6 underway, down into the 35 highs for the entry times. And the early leader is lane 5. Lane 5 going out well there. Matthew Nichols of Verulam with the green hat. He turns. He's just a little bit behind lane 2. Oliver Conway. Conway has a big lead, moving away from the rest of the field. Conway has the advantage, comes in, finishes first, 30.85. And then Nichols second, 32.38. Heat 7, referee. Heat 7 underway, slight lead to lane 4, and then lane 5 just moving up to the 4 now. So lane 5 is Mickey Royston Hayes as they go into the turn. 4 versus 5, who's got the best underwater transition? It's lane 5. Royston Hayes then just ahead of Thomas Craig. And Royston Hayes moving away from the rest of the field. Comes in, takes a win, 29.79. First swimmer under 30. For this session, or this event rather. Heat 8, referee. Heat 8 underway, lanes 5 and 6 vying for the lead. 2 Stortford swimmers, Bo Riley in 5, Dylan Davenport in 6. Davenport just coming off the wall. Behind Riley, Riley has the advantage, but over in lane 3 we've got a red-hatted Hoddesdon swimmer, Maxwell Hosier, between those two. Looks like it's just going to go to Riley. And not Riley, Hosier in the end actually took the win for Hoddesdon. His time, 30.47. A disqualification, event 31, heat 6, lane 3, disqualified for a technical infraction. Heat 9, referee. Getting faster now than the entry times in the 31s, but we've had sub 30 already. I'm sure we will here. It's lane 3 turning first. Jack Renoff of Hoddesdon. He's moving away from the rest of the field. Jack entered on the 31.25. It's tight for second place, though at the moment in second place is Archie Ran. And Renoff takes a win, 28.42. Heat 10, referee. Very close once again, lanes 3 and 4. Lane 3 with a slight advantage. Lewis Dormer against Raoul Shepherd. Dormer turns first, Shepherd just marginally behind him. They come out at the underwater phase. And Lewis Dormer then swimming well for Harpenden here, moving away from the rest of the field. Dorma takes the win. Right, wrong heat again. Toby Martin takes the win. My mistake, 26.57. Heat 11, referee. Penultimate heat then underway, and another very close heat. Lane 4 with the advantage. This is Raoul Shepherd of Harpenden. Goes into the turn first, just ahead of lane 9, which is Matheson Chubb. Out of the turn is pretty close then. Lane 3 versus 4. Dorma versus Shepherd. Dorma has a slight advantage. Coming back on them though is Adam Bennett. And in the end, it goes to Dorma, 27.03. Heat 12, referee. Final heat then underway, and it's lane 5, marginally ahead of 4. As they go into the turn, it's Bennett ahead of Ditchfield Watkins. They come out from the underwater phase, and lane 4 comes up first. Ditchfield Watkins, blue hat of Watford, put under pressure by Adam Bennett of Hillingdon. Bennett of Hillingdon might just take this one, last stroke, and he does. So Bennett takes a win, 25.38. So that completes that event, event 31. We move on to our final event, event 32, which is the girls' 50 metre backstroke, swum over 14 heats. Event 32, heat 1, referee. So the first heat underway. Megan Reeder in lane 8 in the lead. Katie Strachan of Verulam in lane 6 in second place. As Megan Reeder turns, Strachan turns now, and then turning in third. Not much to choose between them, but just about in third place at the moment is Tally Froome in 5. Megan Reeder then coming down to win fairly convincingly. Slightly out of sequence, I think, hence the win, or hence the easy win rather. 41.5 her time. Then Katie Strachan finishing in second place, her time for 51.06. Heat 2, referee. Heat 2 underway. Good start for lane 9, Isabella Alawalia. And then at the other end of the pool, we have Victoria Lazarev and Darcy Croft vying for, as it happens, first and second, as Alawalia just drifts back a little bit into third place, coming off the wall. Victoria Lazarev of Hemel in the lead. Darcy Croft of Verulam in second place, also in lane 2. Underneath the flags then, Lazarev, nice solid swim there, finishes at a time of 39.56. Croft second, 40.96. And then at the other end of the pool, Isabella Alawalia, 44.48. Heat 3, referee. Very close for the first 10 metres, nothing to choose between them at all. Slight lead to Sophie Carroll of Watford in lane 9 as they all move towards the flags. Still very little to choose between the leaders here as they initiate the turn, and it's lane 1 then with the advantage, which is Isabel Welsh for Verulam. She comes off the wall very nicely indeed. Isabel Welsh in the lead. Then we have Ruby Armstrong of Dunstable in second place, and just beside her in third is Isabel James. That's 1, 2, 3 as they go underneath the flags. Isabel Welsh for Verulam then, a couple more strokes and she takes the win at 51.09. Armstrong second, 51.99, and then on a 52.54 in third place, Isabel James. Clear the pool, please. Clear the pool, please. Heat 4, referee. Another close heat as most of the lanes pretty much in a line. Slight advantage to lane 3. Anya Wilson of Watford as she turns, and not the most efficient turn, so cedes the lead to Isabella Cowie of Watford in lane 5. So Cowie in 5 in the lead. Then we've got Taylor, and then in third place Connie Flitton. Coming into the final stroke, and the win went there to Isabel Cowie. Time has come up now. Has it come up? No, it hasn't come up, but I'm sure it will in a moment, but pretty sure she was in first place. Well, we'll have to wait for the actual times. There we go, 47.57, the winning time. A couple of infractions, disqualifications. Event 32, Heat 1, Lane 1. Event 32, Heat 1, Lane 3, both disqualified for a technical infraction. Heat 5, a referee. Lane 4 with a slight advantage at the moment. Imogen Bell of Stortford with black hat, just a little ahead of the rest of the field. She goes underneath the flags, still in the lead, looks for the wall, initiates a turn, pushes off the wall, comes up from the underwater phase, and she's still in the lead. Extended that lead off the wall. So into the turn wasn't brilliant, but clearly the underwater phase was quite helpful. As she comes towards the flags, a long way ahead of the rest of the field. Imogen Bell, 49.96 her entry time, takes the win, 42.13. Clear the pool, please. Clear the pool, please. Heat 6, referee. Heat 6 underway, lane 5, slight advantage. Lane 5 then is Abby Robertson of Stevenage as they go up towards the wall. Lane 3 though moving into the lead now. Little to choose between them. Lane 3 possibly in the lead, very hard to tell. But lane 3 is Mia Coleman. Moving back down towards the start end. Lane 1 now moving up into first position. Jessica Sales of Wickham. Jessica Sales versus lane 7, and lane 7 is now in the lead. Kieran Barker of Harpenden finishing nicely, takes the win, 43.63. Clear the pool, please. Heat 7, referee. Heat 7 underway. Little to choose between any of the swimmers here. Lane 9 with a slight advantage. The two outside lanes then. Emily Ford of Wickham in 9 and Molly Senor of Harpenden in lane 0. And Senor turns first. Moving away from the rest of the field. Senor is in Hoddesdon, or for Hoddesdon rather, in lane 0. A long way ahead of the rest of the field. Entry time 46.40, underneath the flags, a few strokes left to go. Finishes nicely, 38.76. And then right across the other side, 42.32, Emily Ford second for Wickham. A disqualification. Ashley, just give me a moment on that one. Event 32, Heat 4, Lane 1, disqualified for a technical infraction. Heat 8, a referee. Heat 8 underway then, again, not much to choose between them. Lane 4, ever such a slight advantage, maybe lane 3. Sophia Rowe versus Evie Strachan as they go into the turn. Lane 2 turning in the wall first, that's Olivia Cooper of Dunstable coming off the wall nicely. But equally nicely Jemima Grove of Wickham with the green hat in lane 0. And then moving up to the 4, it's pretty tight this one with the white hat, Sophia Rowe of Stevenage. So Rowe of Stevenage looks like she's going to take this one. Last stroke, Rowe takes it, 41.40 for the Stevenage swimmer, Sophia Rowe. Heat 9, referee. Early lead for lane 5. Grace Armstrong of Dunstable. And coming back on her is Ruby Rowling of Verulam with a green hat. In lane 4, it's Rowling in the lead, just marginally ahead of Isabella Charwood, no, not Charwood, sorry, Nina Shepherd of Harpenden in 1. So it's Shepherd in 1 versus Armstrong in, versus Rowling in 4. And it's pretty tight, but Rowling just has a slight advantage. Lane 6 coming back well here. And in the end, it goes to Armstrong. I think that's Armstrong. Hard to tell. No, it's the it's Kargunati. 39.86, the winning time. Heat 10, referee. Early advantage goes to lane 4. Tia Gregory of Stevenage with the golden hat. She turns first, comes off the wall, underwater phase up quite early, but nevertheless beginning to extend her lead. Gregory in the lead then. Next to her in second place, Catherine Clune of Stortford, but the Stevenage swimmer comes underneath the flags, has half a body length advantage over Clune. Tia Gregory takes a win, 36-46. Heat 11, Heat 11, referee. Heat 11 underway, lane 6 with ever such a slight advantage over the rest of the field. Sarah Gajak of Wickham. Some good races today. It's her versus lane 3. At the other end of the pool, Jodie Armstrong of Dunstable coming off the wall. It's Gajak though with the advantage. Gajak in first place, Carpenter in third place. But coming in to finish is Sarah Gajak Livy Stanley, my mistake, was the winner there. The winning time, 55.19. Heat 12, referee. Three heats to go then, Heat 12 and lane 5 coming up at the underwater phase in the lead. Elizabeth Telling of Wickham, being pushed hard by Maya Gosh of Verulam. Gosh and Telling then. Telling in second place, Gosh in the lead, just the other side of her. Sue Saunders has very little to choose between them. It looks like Telling is going to take this one. And in the end, it was Gosh that took the win, 35-0. Telling second, 35-29. Sue Saunders third, 35-45. Heat 13, referee. Lane 7 in the lead at the moment. It's Gemma Robertson of Stevenage. As they go up towards the turn, it's very close indeed, but it's actually the other end of the pool with a slight advantage. Maya Shackle of Watford. Shackle doing well down this second 25, moving away from the rest of the field. She has a body length clear. The closest swimmer to her is Gemma Robertson. It's close between those, but Shackle takes it 33.75. Robertson 33.92. Two disqualifications. Event 32, Heat 2, Lane 3. Event 32, Heat 8, Lane 4. Both disqualified for a technical infraction. Heat 14, a referee. Our last heat of the day then. And lane 4 coming up in the lead. That is Emma Craig of Harpenden. Goes in for the turn, turns fast. Half a metre advantage ahead of the rest of the field. That ought to be enough to hold the lead. Nice underwater phase. The closest swimmer to it is in lane 2, which is Catherine Ryan of Hoddesdon. Craig versus Ryan, but Craig has almost a body length advantage as she comes in. Finishes and 31.82 the winning time. So thank you everybody, that concludes the gala. Many thanks to all our officials, our coaches, volunteers, swimmers and parents for making it a success. We wish you all the best in your training and look forward to seeing you at the next gala, whenever that may be. Subject to me reading out a few disqualifications, if there are any. That's me done. Have a safe journey home. I'll leave you with After Dark.